Hello, welcome back to Adventures with Mary. I'm Mary. This is Bella. She does not look very comfortable. Do you have anything to say? And this is Willow. Can you say hello to the followers? You can have your bone back. Here. We are in a new house, double the amount of dogs, still on the floor, and we are ready to start the June recap. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mary. This is my channel. I started this channel in 2022, filming 100 videos in 100 consecutive days. I kind of fell off the platform after that, but in 2025, I'm really making a conscious effort to post at least one video every month. The format that I've chosen to do that in is by posting kind of like a monthly recap, talking about health, finances, relationships, travel and entertainment, and goals or milestones, and how those topics relate to my personal life as a girl in her mid to late 20s. If that interests you, become a subscriber. I love it if you join the journey. Press the subscribe button. If you're not new here, welcome back. This is our 6th monthly recap in 2025. We're going strong. We're spilling the tea. We're yapping once a month. I am truly wired tonight. We're gonna dive right in. If you've been around for the last few recaps, you'll notice that the microphone is new. I have not been able to get the freaking microphone to connect all year. It connected this month. There's a fan blowing right here, right next to the camera. I'm really hoping that the microphone is doing its thing. Let's jump in. June 2025 truly flew by. The vibes were high. The friends were there. I was wearing my hair in high, messy ponytails. I was going out with my friends. Really getting to a place of recognizing people in my community and acknowledging the maturity in my third spaces. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of a third space, your house or your home is your first space, your work is your second space, and your third space is a place where people gather informally. I have my show notes here, in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. So most of the times it's like a park, a coffee shop, a library. In the 21st century, a lot of the time our third space is our phones and social media. And I made a really conscious effort to kind of build my third spaces in 2024 and kind of become a regular at my coffee shops, at my local Irish pub. And I've been recognizing a lot of maturity in those third spaces as I see people continually in those spaces or recognize people and make connections within those places offline. Diving into our first topic, which is health. I have type 1 diabetes, and this month my blood sugars were truly all over the place. I moved this month. I went on a trip to Idaho, and my sugars were just up and down and up and down. I had a lot of really high sugars, could not be controlled. It was insane. Truly not vibing with it. I felt sick a lot this month due to the drastic behavior of my sugars. My doctor did reach out to me and let me know it's time to get my blood work done, so I will probably be getting that done this month. Hopefully I get good results on that. Last month I talked a lot about how I'm moving into a new space. We moved in at the end of June. I'm currently working on like furnishing it, putting everything away. As you can see, it's kind of empty right now. We do have the classic clocks on the wall. I don't remember if you saw those in the old house or not, but I had them horizontally in the old house. There are 4 different time zones. It's Sydney, London, New York, and LA. I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself to get situated, to get settled, to get into a routine in my new house. It hasn't even been 2 weeks since I moved in here. I was out of town for part of that time, so like I need to just slow down a little bit, take it slow. It's all going to happen in due time. My sister Maggie and I went to the pool at the end of June. We started swimming laps for the first time. I really want to get into like swimming better. It was kind of a bit of a splash fest. We know the strokes, but like we're not good at swimming. And so we were doing the laps back and forth, and we were watching some other people swimming their laps, and we noticed that like they were going really slow, just slow and steady and really controlled. And we realized that we were so focused on getting from point A to point B so fast that we were being so inefficient and making a mess. Sometimes when you focus on quality and going slow and steady, you'll get better results than going as fast as you can. And my last note for health, I've been really consistent in therapy, and something I'm really trying to work on is setting boundaries and not being involved in things that don't concern me. We're gonna leave it at that. That's our whole topic on health. If you've been around for this segment on the vlog, you'll know that I'm really working on trying to pay off my credit card. I've been accepting new babysitting clients. I added a new client this month and I accepted 5 babysitting gigs. I paid off $1,000 to my credit card this month. I worked so hard on that. I just kind of felt like I was getting addicted to this position of aggressively attacking the credit card. I'm also trying to visualize my financial goals over the next year, figure out what those goals look like, and have kind of an idea for the future. Also, I did talk a couple months ago about budgeting through the Every Dollar app, and I kind of did that for a little bit. Didn't work that hard on it. If this video gets 20 likes by the end of June, I will budget for the last 5 months of the year: August, September, October, November, December. So you know what to do. If you think I should budget, hit the like button. Thank you. Next up on our list is relationships. We have a lot to talk about this month. I finally did go on a speed dating event this month. It was really good experience. I did have a little bit of an existential crisis before I was going because I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I guess that kind of begs the question, well, then what are you looking for? And my answer to that, I think, would be like, well, I'm looking for experience. And I think that sounds a little bit like I'm just looking for hookups, and I'm not. Before I went, I got really existential. I'm like, why am I doing this? This has been something that's been on the bucket list for a while. There were 10 guys and 8 girls. You get 6 minutes to talk to each person. At the end, you would circle yes or no based on whether you would like to see someone again. I think I said yes to 4 people. Nobody was an immediate yes. Nobody was like a hell yes. There were people who I was like, yeah, I would continue a conversation with them. A couple days after the event, you would get a text with the email addresses of the people that you mutually matched with. And if someone said yes to you, but you said no to them, you got their information as well so that you could contact them if you wanted to. I also made a friend. She and I like walked in at the very end together, and I like turned to her and we like had a little conversation, and then at the end we went to the bar together and like had a little debrief. It made the experience incredible. I got 7 yeses mutually with 3 people. 4 other people said yes to me that I said no to. I went on a date with one of the guys. He was very nice. He was a pharmacist in like the endocrinology field, which was really cool. We had a great date. We have plans for a second date, but I've just been so busy and I feel like I need to text him and be like, listen, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be stringing you along. I'll be so honest. I felt no sparks. I think part of the reason for that is like the last couple people that I went on dates with, I had like long-term pre-existing crushes on. I don't know. I have to be realistic and get out there. So 3 people messaged me. I responded to 2. I went on a date with 1. I have to still text the other guy, I think, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I've been exploring different types of relationship dynamics over the last few months, and I've been thinking about, as we've discussed on this platform before, what kind of relationship I want, or what kind of person I want to be in a relationship with. I've been doing a lot of thinking about partners. My ideas on marriage have changed a lot as I've kind of dived into educating myself on patriarchal cultures and societies, feminism, and the history of marriage as the transfer of women as property. That whole idea is really unattractive to me. While I do think that my experiences have shaped who I am an oldest daughter, and so I have this like heightened sense of responsibility, and I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who helps with the housework. And as I'm like diving into this idea of having a partner versus a husband, I'm also trying to navigate social norms. So for instance, I say that I want equality. So like, okay, I can ask the guy out, I can pay for the date, I want equality. But then will they respect me? And I think as a woman, asking if I'm going to be respected, it feels like it has a little bit of residue, a little bit of stigma from the past when women were seen as property. Those are just some of my thoughts on things, truly just trying to navigate it all. We'll see what we come up with. Something I'm realizing is that over the years, I really overcomplicated things, and I brought a lot of emotional pain to my romantic or dating relationships. The reason for that can be narrowed down to a couple of things. Number 1, one, not recognizing what incompatibility looks like. Number two, being young and unaware of what I want. And number three, just lack of experience. We're slowly getting to a point of recognizing incompatibility, being more aware of what I want, and just gaining experience. Next up is travel and entertainment. Starting out first with travel, I went to Idaho for my friend's wedding. When I first moved to Syracuse, I moved in to a house with a few other girls. Since I lived in that house, I've kind of always been waiting for one of the girls that I lived with to get married so that someone could ask like, oh, how do you know the bride? And I can say, we were roommates. So it was really fun going to Idaho, seeing my friends, seeing all the roommates. Had such a great time. In terms of entertainment, we have 3 categories: read, watch, and listen. Still working on reading Harry Potter, and I started reading Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto because I was bored one day and wanted to be educated. I got like 20 minutes into I think it was like an hour and something minute audiobook. I didn't get very far. I'm gonna try to finish both of those books in July. I watched Conclave this month on a plane, and let me just say, the film absolutely blew my mind. For me, I felt like it was a little bit hard to figure out who was who. Sometimes they'd use first names, sometimes they'd use last names, and I'd get a little confused who was who. The cinematography was incredible. The shots were stunning. And if you've seen it, there's an ending scene with a turtle. I highly recommend you Google the significance of the turtle. For those of you who haven't seen it, they elect the new pope. There's a secret that the pope has, and the dean of the conclave goes and speaks with him. They keep it a secret. I can't spoil it for you, but the dean leaves and he's walking back out, I guess into like the foyer or something, and there's a turtle. Now the turtles belong to the former pope. They were a gift from someone. I think there was significance, but I didn't catch what it was. And they mentioned how the turtles were always getting out. Now the turtle had been walking across the foyer when the dean stepped out. The orientation of the camera was such that the turtle was coming from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, and usually that indicates progress. In the context of the movie, I think that there was progress, and that was significant. But then he picked up the turtle and he put it back into the pool where it belonged. And it just felt like, in the context of the new pope and the secret that he had and how he was going to continue to be pope, it was like the turtle was back where he belonged, the new pope was who he was supposed to be, and it all just came together. I almost don't even have the words for it. If you've seen the movie and you know what I'm talking about, Google the significance of the turtle, because that freaking blew me away. If you haven't seen Conclave, highly recommend you watch it. The last topic for entertainment is listen. One of my bucket list items for this summer is to find a podcast that I listen to religiously. I've never listened to a podcast like as it comes out. I've always been the one to kind of like find a podcast and like binge all the episodes. So I think that I'm going to start listening pretty consistently to Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain as it comes out, and we'll see how that goes. As I mentioned numerous times, I moved this month. I signed a 1-year lease ending in July of 2026. Signing a year lease really gets me thinking about like the future and what does the future look like. In my old apartment, I had a month-to-month lease, so I could kind of coast, do my thing, renew every month. It didn't really matter. Now I have a definite end. I've been really thinking about what the future looks like. One of my goals is to move to New York City August 1st of 2026. I truly don't know if that's going to happen. Anytime I speak about it, I always end with, we'll see if it happens. And I think part of that is, I feel like I've found my place in Syracuse. Like I said at the beginning, I feel like I'm acknowledging the maturity of my community and the third spaces I'm creating and the culture with my friends, etc. I don't want to leave. But I also don't want to stay here for my whole life. I know I'll regret not moving to New York City, and New York City will always be there. I can move whenever I want to. 2026 is just a number. It's a time. It's 10 years since I graduated high school. It makes the most sense that 10 years after high school, I'm living in New York City. But I don't know. I guess if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. So maybe I should think about that. I'm having a lot of questions about like, will I be ready to move on? And I feel scared, but anticipation. So we've been doing a lot of thinking about the future. A goal I have this month is to attend outdoor yoga. They have outdoor yoga at 6:30 in the morning every Wednesday, and I was supposed to go this morning with a friend. We both woke up at 6 and we were like, do you want to go? Like, I'm too tired, and we both went back to sleep. 6 a.m. is far too early for me, but I need to make it to outdoor yoga at least once this month. So hopefully we go to an outdoor yoga at some point in July. I'm trying to work this month to form a vision for what my new bedroom is going to look like. It's a complete disaster right right now. I have clothes everywhere. There's no whimsy. There's no magic to it. It's a freaking mess. And I'm trying to visualize what I want and execute on that. So we're going to work on that this month, and then maybe I'll show you a before and after. Last month I mentioned that I was going to film a little June diary. I have a lot of footage from June that I'm going to put together, and it's going to come out 2 weeks after this one does, July 21st. Stay tuned for that. Okay, I think that's all I have to say for today. I hope you're all having a great year. We're 6 months into the year. This is video number 6 of 12. I can't believe how fast this year is going. So much growth, so much change. It's currently 6 o'clock. I have a kickball game at 7. I joined a kickball league and a volleyball league playing on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm so excited for that. I've never done a volleyball team before. My personal go-to move whenever I'm playing volleyball is to like run away from the ball or like yell, "Not my ball." So I need to lock in and play hard this month. I'm really excited for that. That's all I have to say. Thank you for hanging out, for listening to me yap on this fine afternoon. I hope you're having a great summer so far. And if you've watched every video since the first one, leave a comment. I want to know who's here. Don't forget to leave a like. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a June video diary, and I'm back every first Monday of the month with a recap. Thank you for watching. Keep being awesome. I love you. Peace out. That feeling's coming around. Yes, I'm fine. I just had a really long day.